Hi, I'm Melanie. I'm an integrative healing practitioner, and I wanted to talk about where we start with healing because we are a holistic program, so we deal with everything in the body. But where do we start? You would logically think you would start with wherever you're having symptoms, but we don't do that. We actually start with the brain. Because think about it, the brain is the master controller of the body. There is nothing that happens in the body that the brain doesn't control. So if that's out of balance, then everything is going to be out of balance. And I think this is probably where a lot of programs get it wrong. Because when you start with your brain, then you're just setting yourself up for success. And so we look at different levels of what's going on in your brain. We look at serotonin. Serotonin is what's going to bring you peace, calm, relaxation. This is the state your body needs to be in to heal. um, it won't heal in an anxious state. So it's very important that your serotonin levels are good. We look at dopamine. Now, dopamine is what brings your drive, your focus, your motivation. Dopamine feels really, really good, and people get addicted to it. They get addicted to high dopamine states. And when you've burned through your dopamine and you crash, then people will turn to things like alcohol, drugs, sex, even good things like overexercising can give you dopamine. Scrolling on your phone even will give you dopamine hits. And the problem with that is that you need that energy to heal when your body is depleted of that. So you don't want to turn to those things. Well, you don't want to turn to those things anyway, because most of them are not good for you. So what we do is we use amino acid therapy. And this will take precursors, which are the building blocks needed to make the neurotransmitters. We use that, and then you also look at cofactors, and cofactors are the nutrients that are needed to make the precursors that make the neurotransmitters. So you have to have the right nutrients to build those levels in the brain. So we look at that. We don't ever just guess, we always test. There are two tests that we use to determine what's going on in your brain. One is your genetic test, and another is organic acids test, or the OATS test. When we put those two tests together, it gives us a clear picture of how quickly you are breaking down both serotonin and dopamine. Um, it's fascinating, actually. And when I first went through this, I could not believe the difference it made with me. Um, I got on them. You don't realize how bad you feel until you start feeling good. And I was always in a constant state of anxiety and worry and, yeah, brain fog. And I didn't even know I was in brain fog until I wasn't. And so I had stopped taking them for like 4 or 5 days, and it was a drastic difference. I couldn't believe it. So now those are not the supplements that I ever skip. Never going off of those again. Makes such a huge difference for me. So if this is something that is interesting to you, go to my website. I have a lot more information. If you are looking for an integrative healing practitioner, you can go right on there and book a free assessment call. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.